Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. I know this is kind of like deja vu because I had to pop my head in for yesterday's video, even though I'm recording this one today. My sinuses and everything are a mess. I know my eyes are so puffy. Just hang in there with me. We're getting through the sickness, I promise. Today though, I needed to start this morning off. It's actually already after breakfast. So we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna do a full day meals, but I also needed to start the day off by making some laundry soap because I'm out of laundry soap. And I told you guys I'm gonna start trying to do some more DIYs as far as cleaning products and things like that and see if I can't make them cheaper and a little bit better than what we're buying, so that we have alternative ways. Now this I have seen on TikTok, I've seen Pinterest, it's been everywhere and everybody raves, at least all the reviews that I've seen are raving about this. So if it works, then I was able to purchase all of it for $25 at Walmart. And that is now March 1st, 2023. I'm able to get that for $25. Well, it's $25 and some change to buy what is needed for this. Now I'm making a double batch, so that would be $50, close to $51 if you're doing a double batch. But one batch of this is supposed to last a year. Now I do not foresee that happening with my family, but even if it lasts 3 months to 6 months, then it's well worth it and it has saved me quite a lot of money. So let's go on, I'm gonna show you how I made that first and then we're gonna jump into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, so this morning I need to whip up some laundry soap. We are trying this DIY laundry soap. You only need 2 tablespoons of this per load of laundry. Okay, so I have this Zote. It's already shredded laundry flakes, but you can shred your own if you want. It's a tiny bit more expensive this way, but it's still only a few dollars. This whole thing is going to be like maybe $25 to $30 to make this, and it's supposed to last a year, but for my family I'm sure it won't. So a whole container of Zote, a whole container of super washing soda, a whole container of borax, a container of baking soda, and a container of OxyClean. And I'll just use this scoop to be my, we'll just fill it to like here. And that'll be the scoop that we're going to use for the laundry. And then I'm just going to mix this all up. And actually I bought the stuff to make a double batch and I have enough room. I just wasn't sure once everything was poured in, so I'm probably going to go on and make a double batch. And just mix this all up. I'm just getting my hands, I guess. You can also add laundry booster scents to this, like little Gain or Downy or whatever, all those little beads. A lot of the recipes call for that make this, but I am not because I don't use scents in our laundry. Okay, so here we go, and just like that much goes in a load, and this should last a long time. Some say this should last like 2 years. I would say for our family, I bet it lasts about 6 months, if I'm being real. We do a couple loads a day of laundry. So for breakfast today, I'm going to use up just some of these random potatoes before I open a new bag of potatoes that I have laying around. I also have this little onion here, and I have a sad looking red pepper. Okay, I'm going to start by heating. I'm going to use lard, but you can use oil in a pan and get that good and melted. Okay, now I'm going to add all these potatoes. Turn the heat down a little. I'm going to add some seasoning salt to the potatoes. Then I'm going to just cover it and let them cook. Just going to stir them up a little bit. Okay, I've tossed these around a few times. They're definitely starting to get more done. Now I'm going to add in my onions and my pepper. And let that cook in there as well. Just want to make sure that I turn it often so that I don't get the onion burnt. Then next I'm going to grate a little bit of pepper jack cheese on top. And then I'm just going to take this off the heat. And then here, I'm just going to fry up a couple eggs real quick. All right, so this is breakfast. The potatoes, the eggs, and then there's more oranges, and we're just doing some tea with that. All right, so for dessert today, we are going to make what's called wacky cake, Great Depression cake, eggless, butterless cake. So I started by heating my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm just spraying down my pan with some Pam. It all gets made right in here. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of flour. It says to use a square pan, just an 8x8. I don't have one of those. 1.5 cups of flour. Three tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. 1 cup of sugar. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then it says just mix this all together. You guys suggested this, and since I'm out of butter and I'm wanting something chocolatey, I thought, let's give it a try. So I'm following the directions. I've never made this before, but it had a lot of good reviews and you guys all commented about it, so I figure it must be good. Directions say make 3 wells, little holes, 2 smaller and 1 bigger. In one of the small ones we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. In another small one we're going to add a teaspoon of vinegar. That's starting to go. And then we're going to do 5 tablespoons of oil in the big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it says pour 1 cup of water over the whole thing. And mix it all together. Again, I set my oven at 350 degrees. And then this should bake for 35 minutes in a 350 degree oven. Alright, so here is the cake out of the oven. And then we'll figure out some kind of icing. So all I did here was I just covered the cake with some powdered sugar. Okay, so tonight we are going to use the leftover chicken from last night's dinner. And such a tiny onion, I'm just kind of slicing it however. But I've got the chicken picked off the bone, all that I could. And I already made some rice to go with this. I'm just keeping it super simple. Luke is now starting to not feel good, so we'll have to have the doctor come out to the house tomorrow morning and look at him. Okay, I'm going to add this onion to the chicken. I'm also going to add mayonnaise. I'm going to use what's left of this one. I'll have to make some mayonnaise up tomorrow. I'm also going to add an egg. I think I got a little bit of shell. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add some basil. I'm going to also add some breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to just kind of go in like you would a meatloaf. And just get this all good and mixed together. I'm gonna need, I think, more mayonnaise. All right, I added just a little bit more of the mayonnaise in here. Just to help hold that together a little better. Honey, take the gun outside. As you can hear the little toy gun. All right, so one of those like Nerf guns. All right, I'm gonna heat up some olive oil here. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do is take it and form it into a ball and just kind of flatten it out and turn it into like a patty. Kind of like if I'm making a tuna patty. If you wanted to, you could also like dredge these in a little flour and then dip them in egg and then dip them in breadcrumbs to make them like more breaded. I'll just start with 4. Well, I think I can get 5 in there. And then I'm just gonna flip these. All right, so then here is dinner tonight. Just top that with a little bit of mayonnaise and green onion. And we'll see what he thinks about everything. He just got home from work.
And I'm starved.
All right, so take bites.
Where should I start? I'll start
wherever you want.
Is the rice just normal?
Yeah, you don't have to try the rice or the corn. Just, you got to try the cake and you got to try the chicken.
Mmm. That's really good.
Good.
Like, that's good enough. I don't want to stop eating it to taste the cake.
Well, you have to try the cake.
I know. I'm going to make myself.
I didn't have stuff to make icing, so it's a powdered sugar cake.
Very, like, moist. Fluffy.
It's called a Great Depression cake. No oil, no eggs. Oh, wait, it did have oil. 5 tablespoons. No eggs, no milk.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Now it's a depression cake.
Oh, heaven's sakes. No butter. It's like a cheap cake.
You know what?
I thought it turned out really good.
You wouldn't know. That tastes like a Duncan Hines,
I thought it was
very putting
good.
In the mix kind of cake.
Mm-hmm.
So, awesome. Well, let's wrap this video up so we can eat, because this is really, really good.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Have a great day or night, wherever you are. Bye, everybody.